very often when you work with Excel sheet data, it doesn't come in the format that you would like it to be to import into Target. For example, we got a so-called pivoted format here, where you got year dimension and a country dimension on the vertical axis, and at the same time you got this product group dimension, jeans, shirts, t-shirts, underwear on the horizontal axis. All of these numbers are actually number of sales, so we're just looking at a single measure here. But if you should happen to add this file to data discovery, let's try it, you would see that would get a problem from this. So it's been added, just need to go here and do a refresh. We see the new cube here, pivoted data. And if we look into the sum aggregation folder down here, you can see the problem here. It simply regards each of those columns, jeans, shirts, t-shirts, and underwear, as individual measures. And well, that's not the case. It was only just a single measure. So let's see what we can do to correct this without actually changing the Excel sheet. First, I'll go here and just delete the cube that didn't work anyway. And in data sources, we still got the pivoted data source here. By clicking it, we can preview it. It's still in the wrong format here. But we can now right click it to create a format. And we see the columns here. Actually, I want to change the name at first. I should call it my unpivoted data, like this. But otherwise, we still got the columns here with year and country, which are okay. They produce these transaction lines there. But jeans, shirts, and t-shirts and underwear should all be unpivoted. So right-click the first column you want to unpivot, and then unpivot all the columns to the right, including the jeans column. And that's what it did there with just a single click. Notice now what we got for Canada, 4 transaction lines, jeans, shirts, t-shirts, and underwear with their corresponding values, etc. Oh, by the way, the year column here, the years looks incorrect now. So maybe we should right-click and edit that column. And the reason is that it's being read as a float, as a number. It should actually be read as a string instead. Doing that and saving this, you can see the years now looks correct again. The country column is okay. Maybe we need to change the attribute 1 column here, as it's simply called right-click edit column. Just change the column header here. It should be a product group column instead. And the same for this one here. Those numbers were actually number of sales. So that's what I would like to reflect here as well. So now my unpivoted format is okay. Just want to save it. So I got these 2 data sources now, my unpivoted data here. If I go to cubes to add a new cube here, I can give it a name right away. Let's just call it my unpivot cube. Then from my Excel data sources here, you can see I still got the original pivoted data Excel sheet, but also got my format, the unpivoted data here. Goes in there. Remember that number of sales was a measure, so this table should be marked up as a fact table like this. And then we would need all 4 attributes, but we change their attribute settings. So years, countries, and product groups are all just dimensions like this. The last one, number of sales, is a measure, not a dimension, and it's only a sum dimension like this. So that's it. Now the cube should be okay. I'll just save it here, close my data discovery tool, go over here, and here we see it already, my new unpivot cube with that single measure now. Let's try to put that one into a cross tab together with one of my dimensions, the country dimension, to give a cross tab like this. Let's add a few more objects here. Right click, add as object. We get a bar chart with the product groups here, and another one with years. Maybe the last one we can change properties into a column chart like this. So now with my unpivoted data, if I switch to consumer mode F2, I can now press United States as a drill down, t-shirts, etc.